I'm gonna stand up here because I don't want to be muffled by the mask. So if everybody's okay with that, I'm gonna talk from up here without the mask. Is everybody okay with that?
Yep, that's good, Reggie.
First of all, I want to say welcome for the second time. You got a welcome from Pastor Ryan, but this really is a great opportunity for us to get together. And someone said to me today, what kind of conversations have you been having with folks who are going to be leading and serving with you? And I said to the person, I haven't had any conversations with them yet. Not because I'm trying to hide anything, but I hadn't had conversations because I, first of all, didn't want to jump ahead of Pastor Ryan's message about the purpose, so that everybody got an understanding of the purpose and what we're doing and how we really have to shift our mindsets. That was number one reason why I hadn't said anything. The second reason is I'm the person who puts a great big plan in my head and then maps out pages and pages and pages and pages of stuff. And then I'm apt to take all those pages and send them out to folks and say, here it is, look at this. And folks will look at you and say, yeah, that looks really good, Reggie. And then their minds are thinking, boy, that's so overwhelming. There's so many bullet points and so many things. And folks can get so anxious about details when they really want to serve. And I have to find a way to break it down, to make it simple, to show them that it's not going to be as bad as we think. Some of the stuff we just have no control over. I know for myself, I can get wrapped up in stuff if I don't shift my mindset. If I want to do things the same way I've always done them and expect people to react the same way that I did them, that's when I make things worse than what it is. So, here's how we're going to think about doing this, and if we need to make changes, we can make changes. All right? So it's not going to be Reggie's way. It's going to be us working together as a team to shift our mindsets. Before COVID, we had the parking team. We had the security team. We had the coffee bar. We had the info station. We had, I feel like I'm missing one.
Greeters, ushers.
Ushers, and we had greeters. We had, and we still do, have a great group of folks who want to serve, but we're all serving in departments. So this department does this. 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 And if you're not careful, depending upon who came through the front door to stop and ask what they needed, you might have been finding you got to go ask this person, you got to go ask this person, you got to go ask this person. Because sometimes the communication wasn't aligned. Sometimes the purpose wasn't aligned. Sometimes people didn't understand that if I'm over here at the info station, I don't have to stand behind the info desk and wait for somebody to come and see me. I can step from behind the info station and find a way to reach out and connect and have conversations. If I'm in the coffee bar, I don't have to just go and fill the coffee and come back, go and fill the donuts and come back. It's okay to find an opportunity to stop and talk to people. If I'm at the parking, it's not just I'm parking the cars and you go inside. I can find that opportunity to have the conversation. If I'm security and I'm just walking around waiting to see if there's an issue, there are lots of opportunities to have conversations and engage with folks. So what we want to try to do is we want to move from the departmentalization of all those things, and everybody is now going to be referred to as a host. Think about a host is a person that waits for people to come into their house. If you're hosting a party, you want to make it the best impression. Not necessarily how you're dressed and how your house looks, but warm, welcoming, inviting. At Planet Fitness, for those of you that don't know, I work for Planet Fitness, we focus on raving fans. So when people come in our doors and people leave, they're going to rave about something one way or the other. Sometimes, and I'm just convinced of that. So that's what I tell my bosses. They're either going to rave about the best experience, they're going to rave about the worst experience, but they're going to rave about something. We get to decide what they rave about. We won't please everybody. We can put every mask on, we can social distance, we can be as happy and smile, but somebody's going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Somebody's not going to stop and plant their feet and pray to God to say, help me get through this day. And no matter what we do, somebody's going to be disgruntled. So we as hosts have to remember that. We can't take things personally. We can't get offended. We just have to put one foot in front of the other. And as Pastor Ryan said, do what God calls us to do, which is to serve and honor and outdo one another. So first, that's going to be the first shift. We're going to shift from departments and go to hosts. And then the last thing is everything we do, we're going to do with honor and try to outdo, not necessarily the person standing next to us, because then it becomes a competition. I kind of like competitions, but it's really not competitions. But that's okay. I bet I was thinking the same thing. Not necessarily about competition, but really outdoing the person who you're hosting for. Because in their minds, they might be thinking, I wonder what this experience is going to be like. I'm really apprehensive. I may not get anything good out of this. So be one step ahead of them. And we don't have to do obstacles and flips and turns to do all that stuff. It's just the little things that we do that'll make the biggest difference, that'll make them leave here raving. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody follow me so far? So, whatever role that you served in before COVID, if you're the person that has to have a defined role, keep that defined role in your head. I can't shift your mindset, okay? And I'm not going to try to shift your mindset. We're not going to have to go through the daunting headaches, and I can still see them, where we're all on the computers between Kurt and myself and Jeff and Tara and Doug trying to figure out who's going to serve this day and who's going to serve this day and who's canceling and who's doing this and we're going to put everybody's name in a big pot. A pot of hosts. One big pot of hosts.
A pot host.
Okay? So if you're signed up to serve, you agree to be a host. We won't know how many we need until we get this thing started. So that's the other thing. I could open up the can of worms. Everybody has to scramble how many people we need. We don't know what we need. I saw the list. And I'm not well versed in everybody's names, but if those of you that know can help me, based on the list, there's not a lot of brand new people who haven't been to Severn who are planning to come next week. So the hosting piece of that could be a little challenging because some folks in their minds may not need you to walk them into the place, help them find a seat, show them the restroom because they know where they're going and they know what they're doing. But that doesn't mean we step off and go, okay, Kurt, nice to see you. Welcome back. The seat's in there. Because then, we're not being the host. We're not going out of our way to outdo the next person. We're doing the same thing we did before COVID, which was your seat's in there, go find your seat. Hopefully you'll get something from Pastor Ryan's message and have a great day and come back next Sunday. So when I looked at the list, I'm like, man, this is really going to be good because there are really not many, if any, maybe one or two. Like I said, I don't know names because I'm just still trying to figure it out. There are not very many brand new people who haven't been in our facility who really don't know what's going on here. But there are people that we may not have connected with since way back in March. We don't know what they've been going through. We don't know who's been sick in their family. Someone said to me today, and they were just being so genuine, how's your mother? For those of you that don't know, my mother passed away when I was in COVID. On April the 3rd. I couldn't go see her because there were no visitors. Want to talk about prayer? The first thing I did when she died is I picked up the phone and I called Pastor Ryan and I said, and I woke him out of bed because he was asleep. Hello. And I said, are you busy? He said, no, I'm never too busy for you. What's wrong? And I said, my mother just died. Can you pray with me? And he prayed with me over the phone. I say that to say that all the folks who are going to come in on Sunday that we know, we don't know what they've been through while they've been in COVID. We don't know what they're thinking. We don't know what they need because in some cases we build up such a wall that we got this. Figure out a way to tap into them. Just have a small conversation. How are you doing? How's everything been? They might give you the, I'm okay, I'm strong. The plus 1% is, we're here for you if you need something, let us know. Something small like that. Okay, make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So shifting from departments, this person's in charge, this person's in charge, we are all given the charge from God to serve and to outdo one another with honor. Don't view me as Reggie the serve coordinator. I'm Reggie, one of your hosts, leading you down the path. Just follow me, and we'll all get to the same place. Okay? What I'd like to do now is pretend that every one of us signed up to host and walk us through what Sunday could look like. I got a vision in my head, but who knows what Sunday's gonna look like when it gets here. It could be a rainy, crappy day, which will make people disgruntled from the start, and some of them may just say, you know what, I'm just gonna stay home. I'm not gonna mess with this on the first day, it's not sunny, I'm gonna go home. It could be a day where we're expecting 85 people and 160 people show up. We don't want to panic and figure out where we're going to put them. We're going to get in a circle and pray to start. I remember when I took this position, they said to me, we're supposed to get together the group every day at 8:30 before 8 o'clock before we start, and that never happened. I'm not even going to lie. It was on paper. I was a new guy thinking, man, do I go around and tell these people, we have to get in this circle to pray like they said it is? I'm like, no, keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Because then I was trying to find my place. Now I know what my place is. My place is to lead, for us to host, for us to outdo one another with honor. So the expectation, that's one of the things I'm going to say, is if you're coming to host, we're going to meet in a big circle before we start. I'm not going to be the only one that always leads the prayer, because you know what? I'm still learning how to do that. So if you follow me to pray, ooh, don't judge me though. So it's kind of be like an open prayer circle. Whoever wants to lead, whoever wants to chime in, and when we're all done and we feel moved, then we'll be ready to go. We'll talk about times and what that looks like later, but that's the structure of what that's going to be. All right? Everybody looks so good so far. I can't see but behind your face with your mask.
We're smiling.
Everybody good?
We're good, Reggie.
All right. So let's all head out to the front so I can show you where the big circle is. And then we'll quickly maneuver you through a big walkthrough, a fast walkthrough, because I know it's getting late. It's after 8. And then if we have any questions, we can answer them. While we're out there, we'll need to come back in here. And then we will take you to get a special consolation prize for those of you who really are going to sign up. And you've got another one coming. I've just been busy and haven't had a chance to do the order, but there's something else coming for you that I'm going to give each of you to put personally in your pockets as you serve each day as a reminder to serve with honor. And I promise I'll get those to you as soon as they come. All right? Let's move out in the parking lot to the big circle.